Pisces, this March is a month where you are literally becoming a new version of yourself. Taking a look at what's going on in the stars, we are in your season, and there's a lot of focus on your identity, the way you express and understand yourself. Particularly with the new moon in your sign on the 10th, you could be unveiling or maybe setting the intention to become a new version of yourself. We do also have Mercury and the Sun coming into contact with your ruling planet Neptune in your sign on the 8th and 17th respectively. And you may be getting epiphanies about yourself or may even be a messenger for others from the divine. So really, really powerful energy being expressed through you. We do also end off this month with an important lunar eclipse in the sign of Libra, which for you rules over your astrological 8th house. So there may be some sort of transformation or letting go of things that no longer serve you. If you're looking forward to this month's reading, then definitely be sure to hit like, subscribe, and the bell notification if you haven't done that already. That way you can always stay up to date with what's in the cards for you. For those of you who are brand new to this channel, hello and welcome. My name is Michael, and I utilize a tried and true method of combining tarot and Western or tropical astrology to intuit accurate monthly forecasts for your zodiac signs. For those of you who are ready for a deep dive and would like to book a personal reading or distance Reiki session with me, you can find a link for my website as well as all of my other social media accounts in the description of this video. So the first couple of cards that already fell out for you, Pisces, are the Two of Pentacles and the Death card. So it does feel like there has been something that has been in a state of transition or change. Maybe you are kind of juggling things, but I really do get this energy of being between. And both of these cards are actually coming out as a past influence. So this is energy that has likely already happened for you coming into the month of March. Maybe there even was some sort of ending, maybe with a project or something that you've been juggling. Maybe even there was an ending in work as well. But it feels like there really has been kind of a parsing down. What are the things that are most essential? You can't juggle everything all the time. And there's almost been this question of prioritizing and reevaluating for you coming into this month. And honestly, it feels like you are very much in a metamorphosis, or you've been in a metamorphosis. I'm very, very curious to see what else comes out for you here. And as I'm shuffling the cards, I'm just going to give my very quick reminder that these are general readings, meaning not all the messages that come forward are going to be meant for you specifically. It's up to your own intuition and discernment to figure out what applies to your own life and what should be left behind for somebody else. And if this video just does not resonate with you at all, it is totally fine. Nothing went wrong. You don't have to comment about it down below. It just means that this video wasn't meant for you at this time, but you are more than welcome to check out my channel, maybe for your moon or especially rising sign, as there may be some messages for you there as well. So Pisces, we did just have the Devil and Eight of Cups fall out of the deck here. Very, very interesting energy because, again, it does feel like there has been some sort of transition and maybe moving away from things that do not benefit or serve you with the Devil. This is actually quite interesting because I did mention in the intro, there's a lot that you are in the process of letting go of this month as you are really becoming a new version of yourself. For some of you, this may be involving something like an addiction or a self-destructive pattern that's very much about the Devil, or even something like codependency, something that keeps you stuck or bound. You are in this process of trying to move away from it. Maybe some of you are also moving away from a Scorpio or even Capricorn energy, because we did a death earlier here too. But it does feel like there is something that's kind of been a process, a journey. I'm really, really getting that with the Two of Pentacles, and I'm also getting that with the Eight of Cups here as well, because there is more fulfillment for you to have. You might have gotten stuck in kind of the mundane or the routine. Maybe you've kind of disconnected from yourself, and the Eight of Cups to me often feels like this journey of climbing this mountain, walking away from things to reflect and to really reconnect with who you are and to find new sources of happiness. Because the Eight of Cups is so close to the Nine of Cups, which is all about that personal fulfillment and achievement. And maybe you're in a situation where it's like, there's kind of something to be happy about, but it's not personally or intrinsically valuable to you. And so you're kind of really in this soul searching phase coming into your season. And that makes a lot of sense because, again, the energy is very focused and dialed in on you, Pisces. And it's asking you, what do you want out of your life? How can you really move in that direction? I am noticing the Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck here as well. So some of you may be in some sort of nervous or even depressive energy, quite restless. Some of you may be quite literally waking up at night or just having a hard time sleeping. Maybe you're getting messages or just things happening in your dreams that are kind of manifestations of your anxiety. So that's something to kind of be aware of as well. It's important that you are taking care of your mental health. That's also stuff that was probably coming up last month in Aquarius season, because Aquarius actually rules over spirituality and mental health for you. What do we have for Pisces? What is going on for Pisces in the month of March? Interesting, we do have the Page of Wands. Some of you are just kind of feeling a little bit burnt out or like you've lost your spark. And that's kind of like, again, just something you're sort of dealing with. And I feel like there's this process of reconnecting with your creativity or reconnecting with your passion this month. Tell us more about this Page of Wands in reverse. Why is the Page of Wands in reverse? Interesting. I literally had the Wheel of Fortune fall over this card like this, and it's literally crossed over it. And what I'm really getting here, Pisces, is that some of you need to make a change that you have been putting off or that you've been afraid to make or move in the direction towards. And this feels like almost like a spiritual calling here, and there is kind of this need to step out of your comfort zone. That is what I am hearing from Spirit, because you're kind of sticking with the devil that you know, and maybe some of you realize you need to move forward, but you don't know how. Very, very interesting here. The Wheel of Fortune ultimately is a card about change and transition, and maybe there is this new cycle that you are very much on the cusp of this month. I mean, many of us are actually embarking on new chapters and new cycles with the eclipse that is happening at the end of March and also the beginning of April. We are in a very transformative window here. But I feel like for some of you, there's just kind of been like this dragging your feet a little bit, or kind of this hesitancy to really move in a direction. And like, I could see that with the Eight of Cups and the Devil. Maybe for some of you, you're just becoming very aware of like how hard it is for you to leave something behind or to change a pattern or belief system. And it's like, you know, something needs to change. You already know what needs to change, Pisces. That's what I'm really getting here. Especially if you're really being honest with yourself in your heart of hearts, you know what is and isn't working. That may be about a relationship for some of you with the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck here. But again, that could also be about codependency or like the way that you kind of look at relationships in a much more general sense. That could be something that is shifting here as well. And very often when we have a new beginning personally, it does also bring about endings or at least changes in relationships. So that may be something that you are kind of experiencing, particularly since we had a full moon in your Virgo 7th house at the end of February. There could be some sort of change or transition happening for you in a relationship. Interesting. We do have the King of Pentacles in reverse as well. Some of you may be feeling like there's some sort of financial struggle. That actually does kind of feel like something that could be more of a theme as we get into Aries season, which for you does correspond to money and stability. So maybe some of you need to change things in regards to spending or change your relationship to money and abundance. Actually, tell me more. What is this King of Pentacles really representing? Interesting. The Emperor in reverse. It feels like there is something that you need to change and you need to take charge of here. And maybe there is someone who's being very controlling with you, or there is kind of like an organization or group that is controlling you or trying to restrict you. I just get the sense, Pisces, like the universe wants you to break free of something or maybe even someone, and really kind of go and branch out into a new direction that may feel a little risky. But I think fortune favors the bold here with the Wheel of Fortune. I just have to say it. I do also wonder, maybe some of you are in a situation where there is some sort of financial control, or I hate to say even maybe financial abuse as well. That might be why you've had a hard time moving forward. Or maybe this is even energy from the past, and that kind of made you or conditioned you to hold back parts of yourself as well. That could even go as far back as childhood for some of you. But it feels like you are really... I feel like you need to really discover where your power comes from. Where does Pisces power come from? That's an interesting question that I feel like I need to answer right now. Where does Pisces power come from in the month of March? We do have the Seven of Cups. So interestingly, this is about different possibilities. Your power comes from multiple things. It's not just one. And also your ability to dream and to manifest things. With a new moon in your sign this month, you are very powerful. You are a very strong manifester. And particularly in kind of the way that you envision things. You are the sign that is kind of the seer, the visionary. So this actually makes a lot of sense to me. Tell us more. We have the Three of Cups as well. Maybe even doing this collectively with a group of people, or, you know, God, I mean, even doing it in the comment section down below, maybe manifesting with a group of people online, just people putting in energy, helping support each other in your manifestations or the things that you are visualizing. I feel like that's just very, very important. You are actually very strong by connecting to friends and kindred spirits. That is something I am getting here as well. Is there one more thing? I'm feeling like there's one more thing. Yes, the Ten of Cups. Relationships. Finding healthy relationships is a way that you can become more powerful. Finding people who actually support the real you is a way that you can become more powerful. And also committing to your own dreams. Because the Ten of Cups is a very dreamy card. All of these cards have kind of like a theme of dreams and celebrations and fulfillment. What are your dreams, Pisces? Because it feels like it's time to take that more seriously. And there may have been someone... Here's what I'm getting. Okay. You may have been brought up in an environment or just gotten the message that, yeah, it's nice that you have these dreams, Pisces, but how is that going to make you money? How is that going to be something that is sustainable for you? And that's this sort of shadow work. That is this sort of work that you are unconditioning yourself from. And that is something that is giving you a lot of personal freedom and expression. And by doing that, I actually do feel like there is some abundance coming. Let's see. Yeah, the King of Swords, this actually came up in reverse. I feel like someone was very stern with you. Someone was very cold with the way that they maybe tried to support you or just spoke to you. Very interesting. What else do we have for Pisces? We do have the Ace of Wands. So this is you finding your spark again. We love that. Ace of Wands with the Three of Pentacles. Some of you are collaborating or working together on something that's very passionate or exciting for you. Maybe this is some sort of creative collaboration or just doing something that you're really passionate about, a passion project, if you will. And I think just by talking about it or putting it out in the universe and also talking about it with other people, you could be finding like-minded people who have these same goals or aspirations as you, because sometimes the Three of Pentacles is quite literally about getting people together, working together, petitioning for something. So that might be something that you are feeling called to do in the month of March. But I do feel like there is something about doing work that is very meaningful for you. And we do have the Three of Wands as well. So there are some really exciting things that you are looking forward to by the end of this month. Or maybe even something that is coming in, something that you have been manifesting is finally returning to you. Or something that you have put out into the world is starting to get recognized. And there is something that is coming back to you. So really, really nice to see all of that. Any other messages for Pisces? I will be pulling some oracle cards for you in just a moment, but are there any final messages for Pisces for this month? Any other messages for Pisces? I am curious about finances because I feel like that's something that's going to kind of be maybe more for April, but I think there is going to be some important things that you will be touching into there as well this month. Interesting. We do have the Two of Wands. Some of you are going to be kind of like making financial plans or looking into the future. And I think it's a good month to do that in general. It's just like you kind of figuring out like who you want to be, what life you want to live, and how to kind of make that happen on a practical level. And again, the Two of Wands often is about like getting a point of view, sort of charting the course, if you will. So it is an important month to do that. And we did have the Three of Wands already. So whatever it is that you are calling in, it does feel like something is coming, something is in the horizon. There could be some abundance on the way for you. We do have a very powerful new moon eclipse on April 8th. That could actually be signifying some abundance coming in that actually may be a little disruptive at first, or just something of a transition at first. But it does feel like there is something that you are looking forward to or something that you are calling in. Oops. Where did it go? Okay. Interesting. We do have the World that came out as well. So yes, there is a new beginning and maybe some endings that are happening at the same time. You are on the precipice of a major change or major life chapter, particularly in regards to your finances. Again, that's not something that is surprising to see at all. You are going to start experiencing that actually with the lunar eclipse in Libra on the 25th of this month. There may be something there about you kind of thinking about finances and stability too. And I think, again, like your attitudes towards money, your attitudes towards abundance, these are things that are kind of shifting to be more conducive to work that is fulfilling and intrinsically valuable to you. You're figuring out how to make that a reality or how to expand upon that for you. Anything else for Pisces? Maybe about relationships and love? Any guidance for relationships? I feel like that is kind of something that you could be very powerful with this month. Yeah, you are definitely taking stock of things with the Seven of Pentacles. Maybe some of you are ending relationships or just uninvesting in relationships where there may not be as much of a payout. That could be something that's really important for you to do this month. Woo! Okay, lots of different cards coming out. This one kind of came out all by itself. Interesting, we do have the Knight of Pentacles, and actually when I was looking at the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, it did make me think of Virgo energy, and we have Virgo energy here again. And this is all about finding the relationships that are supportive towards your goals. Maybe some of you are also quite literally connecting with a Virgo, someone who is kind of helping you become more stable, or just kind of offering you a perspective here. But I really think that for you, Pisces, relationships are looking very practical right now, and you're kind of looking at things in a very realistic way. Like, how is this relationship functioning, and how are my friendships looking to me right now? Just kind of getting this very analytical look at relationships, and just being very, I don't want to say detached, but just kind of being objective with relationships. We do have the Six of Wands here as well. So for some of you, maybe there is somebody who is kind of coming back from the past, but I actually do feel like this might be that thing to kind of reevaluate or to let go of, to cut your losses. That's a good way of thinking of the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Some of you may need to cut your loss in a relationship with somebody. But the Six of Wands is also very forward-looking energy as well, because it's kind of like this victory, this return from battle. And yeah, who are the people who support you and your goals? Who are the people who support you and your goals? Anything else? I've already pulled a lot. I think I'm going to pull some oracle cards for you now. I'm just gonna go to the animal cards. That is really where I'm feeling called to pull from. And I do like to think of these animal cards as usually energies for you to embody this month. But you are more than welcome to interpret these cards in any way that you see fit. Let's see what we have. We do have the Elk coming in first here, and this is all about building stability for yourself, even becoming something of a provider, or really kind of working through paternal issues. So maybe trauma from your father's side of the family, or even from like conditioning of your father. That could be something that you're kind of working through. But overall, the Elk really is about becoming very solid in your life. And I can't help but notice that eclipse again in the background. And it's like, you know, something is coming, you know, something is changing for you, and you're going to kind of be building something here, maybe for yourself. Maybe some of you are going to work for yourself, or getting some sort of raise, or like getting some sort of promotion. You're stepping up into some sort of role here. That's really what I'm getting with the Elk. And it's also important that you are nourishing your body as well, because elks are very like connected to the environment, and it's like, you know, eating a lot of plants is just something that comes to mind with this card too. That's something that's really, really important. What else do we have for Pisces? There's another card. We have the Dragonfly. Sometimes this is about changing directions or seeing things from different perspectives. And that kind of came out with the Seven of Cups earlier, being able to see multiple points of view, multiple perspectives, and kind of stepping into this yes and way of thinking, as opposed to sort of an exclusionary thinking. It can only be one way or the other. You're kind of seeing things from many different perspectives at once. And I think it's also important that you are very aware of how your thoughts influence your emotions, and how your emotions influence your thoughts, because Dragonfly is kind of that communion between the water and air element, as they often are flying around bodies of water. So it's important that you are very aware of the water, the emotions, the spirit, and the mind, the communication, the air, and how these two things can really influence each other. And sometimes the Dragonfly can be this sort of scattered energy as well. And I feel like it's very important that you are grounding in nature, or maybe connecting with plants or bodies of water, as that is something that can be very grounding and stabilizing for you, particularly if things are feeling maybe kind of like there's some things going on in the earthly plane for you, or kind of materially for you. There could be some sort of insecurity or scarcity. I think it's very important that you are nourishing yourself and stabilizing yourself in those ways. And really kind of coming back and breathing. Because I realize, like, as I'm saying all of this, I feel like I haven't taken a breath. So just give yourself those breaths this month, Pisces. I know there's a lot going on, but you are building something here, and it's important that you're just being very diligent, and also being very patient with yourself. And I think those are all the messages I have for you this month, Pisces. I do hope that this was helpful, even if it was very practical and maybe not the most exciting. Definitely be sure to hit like and subscribe if it was, especially if you've made it this far into the video. You can find all of my links in the description of this video for personal readings and distance Reiki sessions, which you can book on my website. I will never reach out or DM you to solicit my services. Please just block and report the people who do that, because that's a fake account. And yeah, you're more than welcome to check out the other videos, maybe for your moon or rising sign. There could be something for you there as well. And I will see you all in the next video. I'm wishing you a very happy and blessed March, and also very blessed solar return. Happy birthday to those of you who have that coming up this month as well. Take care.